Today we will talk about adverbs of frequency. We use adverbs of frequency to express how many or how often we do something. If we make something 100%, we use always, 85% usually, 70% often, 100% sometimes, 10% rarely, 0 never. Yes. Okay. Now we can also use adverbial phrases of frequency to express definitely how many times we do something, like once equal one time, twice, two times, three times, four times, five times, six times. Any number we can use, it's called adverbial phrases. Usually, we use adverbs of frequency to express activities, especially activities that we do in free time. So let's take some vocab about activities that we can use adverbs of frequency with it. Listen and repeat after me. Read a book. Read a book. Play video game. Play video game. Go shopping. Go shopping. Surf the internet. Surf the internet. Go cycling. Go cycling. Do judo. Do judo. Watch TV. Watch TV. Play soccer. Play soccer. Always equal 100%. If I do something every day, all the time, I use the adverb of frequency always. Let's see the example. My sister reads books every day. Equal, she always reads books. So we used always. Can you tell me where we used always? Always is before the main verb read. She always. So that means we use always or any adverb of frequency before the verb. Only if we have verb to be, we put verb to be at first, then the adverb of frequency. She always reads books. Here, usually 8500%. So I play soccer 6 times a week. 6 times here, we can replace it with the adverb of frequency usually. Usually. I usually play soccer, usually before the verb. Only if we have verb to be, we use the verb to be, then the adverb of frequency. It's important to find. Often, 70-100%. Tom goes cycling 4 times a week. 4 times a week. We can replace it with the adverb of frequency often. He often goes cycling. He often goes cycling. The next example we have sometimes. 30-100%. We go shopping one or maybe 2 days a week. We go shopping one or maybe 2 days a week. So we can replace 1 day or 2 days a week with sometimes. We sometimes go shopping. We sometimes go shopping. Pay attention that we write the adverb of frequency after it, the verb. Okay, let's see. Never equals 0. No, 0. He doesn't like this thing. He never does it. Sam doesn't like tomato. He never eats them. He never eats them. So if we have negative, we can replace with adverb frequency never. Only never. Negative. If we used adverbs of frequency with negative, as usual, we use adverbs of frequency with present simple tense. Present simple with he, she, it, we use in negative. Doesn't. I, we, you, they, don't. So we will put the adverb of frequency before don't or doesn't. If we have he, so we will use doesn't. We can say he always doesn't like to meet us. We usually don't go shopping. We have adverb of frequency, then the negative. We usually don't go shopping. We ask with how often about adverbs of frequency. If I wanted to hear how many times out or how many you do something per week, we use how often. How often. How often do you eat cakes? It's obvious from the picture that she loves too much the cake. So, how often do you eat cakes? We can say, I always eat cakes. How often do you like reading? How often do you like reading? We can say, I usually like reading. How often do you play with puppets? We can say, listen, I listen. What can you say here? I often play with puppets. How often do you play online games? I usually play online games. Let's see the examples. I read a book every day. I read a book every day. I can say, I always read a book. I always read a book. I play the saxophone 5 times a week. Let's pay attention that adverbial phrases like 5 times, 3 times can come at the end of the sentence. 5 times a week. I play the saxophone 5 times a week. I usually play the saxophone. Usually comes before the main verb play. I ride my bike twice a week. I ride my bike twice a week. I often ride my bike. I often ride my bike. I play basketball once a week. I play basketball once a week. I sometimes play basketball. I sometimes play basketball. I go to the cinema once a week. I go to the cinema once a week or once a month. I rarely go to the cinema. I rarely go to the cinema. I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea, meaning I never drink tea. We use the adverb of frequency never to express about negative. I never drink tea, meaning I don't drink tea. Let's practice. Read and answer the question. I ride my bike twice a week. I ride my bike. How many times here, or what is the adverb frequency express about twice a week? Twice a week we can express with it with often. Yes, right, you're right. I often ride my bike. The next question. I walk my dog every day. Every day. What is the adverb of frequency can express every day or 100%? I walk my dog. Think again. Yeah, you're right. Always. I always walk my dog. You're correct. I play the saxophone 5 times a week. I play the saxophone 5 times a week. What is the adverb frequency that equal 5 times a week? Yeah, usually, not every day, but many times. So usually equal 5 times a week. I usually play it. The next question, I go to the cinema once a month. Once a month. What is the adverb frequency equal once a month? I go to the cinema rarely. Yeah, excellent. I rarely go to the cinema. Come on. The next question, I don't drink tea. I don't like tea. I don't drink tea. What is the equal here for the adverb frequency in negative? We can say, yeah, correct. Never, never. I never drank tea. I never drank tea. The next question, I play basketball once a week. Once a week, meaning nearly 4 times a month. So we can use, sometimes. I sometimes play basketball. I sometimes play basketball. Excellent, well done. Okay, now can you talk about yourself? If I ask you about the activities you can do in your daily life by using adverbs of frequency or adverbial phrases of frequency, let's see. How often do you, the first one, How often do you listen to music? How often do you listen to music? You can answer about yourself. You can say, I never listen to music. I never listen to music. The next question, how often do you clean your room? How often do you clean your room? According to the picture, we can say, I often clean my room. I often clean my room. Number 3, how often do you study? How often do you study? I usually study my lessons. I usually study my lessons. The next question, number 4, we can say, how often you water plants? How often you water plants? I water the plants 5 times a week. 5 times a week. Yeah. How often do you cook lunch? How often do you cook lunch? I usually cook lunch. I usually cook lunch. How often do you ride bike? How often do you ride bike, or how often do you go cycling? I sometimes go cycling. I sometimes go cycling. How often do you talk with your friends on phone? I sometimes talk with my friends on phone. How often do you watch TV? I never watch TV. I never watch TV. That's a good practice for adverbs of frequency. Now, let's be sure from something which is very important to talk about, and it is using the adverb of frequency with verb to be and making a conversion between main verb and verb to be in the sentence. If I say, I usually go to school, I usually, let's make it bigger. Go to school. Let's change the adverb. If I change the adverb as a verb, let's change the verb and say another example. Let's say he sometimes plays football. He sometimes plays football. He sometimes plays football. Okay, what is the difference here? I usually go to school. We use the verb in infinitive with the, the subject I, the verb in infinitive go. I usually go to school, but if we have singular, he, she, it, we use the verb with adding s or es. Like here, I say, he sometimes plays football. He sometimes plays football. I think it's clear this point. Go in infinitive, I, we, you, they, we can say go. But if I put he, she, it, or singular, we use goes. He, she, it plays. But if I say I, we, you, they, we will say play. Okay? Now, if we use the verb to be, I'll say someone is very active. I'll say he is active all the time. He has energy. So I can say always. Where we can put always here in this sentence? He is active. We can say he is always active. Why? Because we have verb to be. If we have verb to be in the sentence, we put the adverb of frequency after verb to be. We can't put adverb of frequency before verb to be. It's impossible. It's wrong. Only we write verb to be, then the adverb of frequency. He is always active. If I say he gets up early, he is active, he gets up early. So here we have main verb, not verb to be, he gets up early. Regular verb. So we can say he always gets up early. Why we use always after the subject directly? Because we have verb, not verb to be. So if we have a verb, we put always before it. If we have verb to be, we put any adverb of frequency after verb to be. Any adverb of frequency will come after verb to be, as you know, am, is, are, and so on. Okay? This is the most important point in our today's lesson.